Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Hey there. Hi,
Friday.
Lynn. Hey, what's up? We just lost somebody. Who did we lose? The Glitcher and Queen. Oh, there she is. And we are going to fix that. We almost had it yesterday, everybody. We almost had Chanda up to 99.9%, and we cratered at the last minute. But everything's in place. We just have to fix it a little bit. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sirius, 1976. Human Love Solidarity. Let me see. Who else is in there? You guys spot anybody else I'm missing?
We got Cheeseman. We got
Cheese.
Barbara. Who else? Yeah, we got a crowd. You guys are having a great Al, of course.
Al. Good morning, Al. Good morning. Morning.
West Coast in the house. East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast. Did you guys notice that, let me see, yesterday and the day before, the temperature, the average temperature was 10 and 15 degrees above normal in certain areas? Does that really kind of scare the hell out of you a little bit? 10 and 15 degrees above normal, so I don't know, it's sustained. I don't know. What's going on?
It's 2020, Oz. Normal is out the window.
Normal's out the window.
What is normal?
All right. I think we should. Let's start off with. We got a big show coming from our very dear friend, Savage Joy Marie. Tomorrow at what time is that going to be, Joy?
It is going to be 6 p.m. PST.
6 p.m. PST. Why don't you tell us about it, Joy?
Okay, so this is something Pat Cody, otherwise known as Pat the Burner, aka Peter Douche, aka Nate Sliver, and I have been working on for weeks. It is our official book premiere party, our book release party, and we are doing 2 hours of comedy and music. We're going to have live bands, live comedy from Ron Placone, Graham Elwood. We have Jordan Chardon, Mike Figueredo from Humanist Report, multi-platinum band Eve 6. Just ridiculous guests all throughout the 2 hours. Started out to be our book release party, and then it turned into something we're calling Progressive Parody Palooza, because we just started, getting so many people, and there's going to be impressions and skits and music and comedy and all this stuff for 2 hours. So it's not just about our book anymore. It's literally for people to come and have a reprieve and, just kind of escape for a little and laugh and enjoy music and just have a good time together.
Wow, that sounds like a great time. Is it BYOB or bring your own weed, or what is it? It is
whatever, because it's online. So if you want to snort coke in the corner,
oh my God! Oh, we just got blocked. YouTube.
We're not Republicans.
True.
Oh. Disclaimer here: we're not advocating taking illegal illicit drugs. No. Okay, yeah.
It's just my crass sense of humor, and you'll see more of that tomorrow night.
All right. Well, we're really looking forward to that, Joy. We're going to have a Beauty and the Boomer right after that. Probably we might cut into a little fun, but we're going to have a warm up. You're going to be on it starting at 9 Eastern, right? 6 p.m.
Right, and I am, Oz is going to show the link on here on Uphill Media, but I am going to be streaming it from my individual YouTube, which I just created, Savage Joy Marie Man. And the reason I created that is because I've been doing shows for over 3 years, and I have about 400 of them. So I wanted to create my own YouTube just to bring all the shows from the different organizations I've done and guest appearances and stuff, and just kind of lump them all together. So if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. But that is where it's going to be streaming from.
Oh, cool. We are so looking forward to that, Joy. And that's how we get it together. That's unifying. That's real unity. So yeah, everybody that can go over there and listen to the fun, the mayhem, not mayhem. It's fun. No, you guys aren't going to be doing anything bad, right? So, or maybe you are. Maybe.
We might be able to help you with some wrenches too, so we can
we'll come in and
talk about that.
All of our wrenches, please. If you're available to go over there, the party starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and that's going to be on your channel, right, Joy? Savage Joy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking forward to that, and I will rip that and put it on Rockfin. So it will be on Rockfin shortly after tomorrow. And I will put the link that you gave me into the rundown of this show today. So anybody wants to go over there, 6 p.m. Pacific. Yes, Amber King, you're right on it. Good morning, Jilly. Hey, Brent. Good morning, Brent. Everybody's laughing today. Everybody's in a good mood. Why is that? Is it a 3-day weekend and we have nowhere to go or what? Joy, I'm going to put you back in the green room with me, and we're going to bring Amber back in because she's got a lot of shows in here today. So, Amber, where are you? Come on, here.
I'm here.
Here, there she. Okay, there you go. Let's. Yeah, we haven't. Lynn, you're being awful quiet. What do you got to say this morning, Lynn? You got anything you want to talk about Nancy's hair, or what do you want to talk about?
Well, of course, all the ladies look beautiful this morning. Thank you guys so much for letting me join you again. It's always a party in the morning when I join the dive.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. We love having the ladies on the show, and I prefer it. I like to be God. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Nancy Pelosi. I know this is old news because it's a day old, but still, if I can find it here, Nancy Pelosi, she ended up doing a no-no, or what was that? What was the problem there?
Hypocrite.
Okay, let's see what Nazi Barbie has to say, shall we? Let's
Fascist Barbie.
I thought it was Nazi Barbie.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about changing to fascist Barbie.
Yeah, there she is. This isn't too long. Sorry. If you guys have to vomit or you got to wash your eyes out.
Good afternoon, everyone. 2 briefings ago, I asked, where is Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, my God,
Today,
they're worried.
I can announce we have found Nancy Pelosi. As you can see, we found Nancy Pelosi going into her hair salon. We will be playing the video on loop for all of you to see during the duration of this introduction.
Oh, shit.
Nancy Pelosi was not in the halls of Congress when I asked where she was. She was not working in good faith to make a deal for the American people. Nope, Nancy Pelosi was found in San Francisco at a hair salon where she was indoors, even though salons in California are not only open for outdoor service. Apparently, the rules do not apply to Speaker Nancy Pelosi. She wants small businesses to stay shut down, but only reopen for her convenience. Do as I say, not as I do, says Nancy Pelosi.
Now, I heard that this was just supposed to be a comb and a blow. What?
She can't even wash her own hair.
Oh my God! Wash it.
It's the styling, you guys. You can't.
Wash.
She needs help with the styling and the double eyes.
What I miss the most.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I even hate to. Go ahead, Lynn.
It's just, I think that's one thing that the party is struggling with. For some reason, they're not really able to align the priorities that are most important to the people that they're elected to serve, and what's most important just to be written down and enforced. Even like when I look like here in Washington, like the strangest thing in the world to me, why is there a 10 p.m. cap for drinking? And we have for a long time had like sin taxes. I smoke, so I pay additional taxes for something that has absolutely nothing to do with policy work. And this is another example of that. So that's something that they're going to need to get more aligned on and a little bit more conservative on if they really want people to take them seriously.
Well, yeah, and quit going on vacation when people are losing their jobs, their health care, and being thrown out in the street. That's really not a good look. Joy, what do you think about this? It was a wash and blow. I stand corrected. It wasn't a comb and a blow.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not gonna go there because that's just extra bitchy, even for me. But I mean, when you're privileged, you have. I mean, she's proven countless times she has no concern for anyone other than herself, and to say, "Oh, I was being set up."
Yeah.
You're the one that took off your mask.
Yeah.
They didn't make you take off your mask.
Yeah.
Period.
Like those weren't like gotcha cameras installed. They were clearly part of their security system.
Right. And the fact that she's demanding an apology from the shop owner is just disgusting. It just shows her hypocrisy.
And the shop owner came out yesterday and said they're getting death threats.
Death threats.
Don't be coming at the right, because we all know they're psycho, but these shit libs go bananas anytime you talk about their queen. I mean, they just go batshit crazy.
I like how you
Yeah,
said.
we had death threats here in Snohomish County in local politics.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, I've had them.
I like how, Joy, you say shit libs. You say it with such emphasis.
Shit libs!
Yeah, anyway, this is it's not the Nancy Pelosi show today, but I just wanted to touch on that since I made that nice little card. Now this was this actually how she looked when she got out of there? I would say it was worth it, wouldn't you?
That looks like it was taken about 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened to her neck. I maybe it's one of those ratcheted up things. You just turn the head around.
Well, that's why
several
she
times,
wears
it
the
goes up
mask
and down.
around her neck.
Yeah, she hides that. It's my sister has that crepey skin around her neck, but she wears it proudly. Anyway, we all get old. I mean, I shouldn't talk. I got the gollywobber, the turkey jowl here going. But when I go out, I take a piece of duct tape and I just put it on the back of my neck, and I've got instant plastic.
He really
surgery.
does this.
I really do that because I don't want to look any older than 61. So anyway, we're moving on to democracy now. Amber, this is yours. What did you bring us today?
Yeah. Well, let's just play the clip and see what you guys think. I don't want to set it up for you too much.
You don't want to spoil it. Okay.
It's Friday.
U.S. Marshals have shot dead an anti-fascist activist who is suspected of killing a member of a far-right group during a recent protest in Portland, Oregon. 48-year-old Michael Renault was shot dead in Lacey, Washington, near Olympia, just hours after an arrest warrant was issued for him. Lieutenant Ray Brady of the Thurston County Sheriff's Office said 4 officers fired shots during the raid.
There was a confrontation between the officers that were on scene and the subject. The information that we have at this time is that the subject was armed. There was shots that were fired into the vehicle, and the subject fled from the vehicle, at which time there was additional shots that were fired.
On Thursday, Vice News aired an exclusive interview with Michael Renault, who appeared to admit to shooting Aaron Danielson, a member of the far-right Patriot Prayer Group.
I felt that my life and other people around me's lives were in danger. And I felt like I had no choice but to do what I did. They want to paint a picture of Antifa having major involvement. A lot of people don't understand what Antifa represents. And if you just look at the basic definition of it, it's just anti-fascist. And I am 100% anti-fascist. I'm not a member of Antifa. I'm not a member of anything. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I see a civil war right around the corner. That shot felt like the beginning of a war.
The mayor of Rochester.
Execution.
Well, I got to tell you, hey, Joy, I got you in the picture. See? Hi. Yeah, I'm going to play God here now. So I'd rather have the ladies in here anyway. You guys all know that. I had a clip for this from Rising, I think. That was a better clip. Thank you, Amber. I just wanted to ask all of you while I still have it in my little tiny mind. That interview they did the day before from Vice makes me look at what the police did as far as shooting him down, highly questionable. I just don't think a guy that's going to go do an interview is going to run from the police with a gun in his hand. I think he's cognizant enough to know that they're going to kill him. But then again, it was Thurston County Police, so go figure.
They got a rap.
Yeah.
Clearly, you don't know they shoot first and then ask the questions later.
Right. But this just speaks to the fact that we know out on the streets that the police and the national fascists are one in the same. And I think that this was just a retaliation execution killing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, Lynn?
I think I'm tired of talking about this. Like, I'm tired of my tax dollars working against me. I'm really tired of just even this debate. Like, where are we as a people? We're stuck in our houses. I get it. But like, seriously, when I look at the numbers, I think they said something like 4 days this year, someone hasn't been murdered by the police. Like, jeez. We've got to begin to agree on some of the facts here. And the fact that we're like still at the same place we were, like largely online as far as overall attitude about whether there is or is not a problem. It doesn't even matter what the story is in particular. The shit is still the same.
Yeah. Joy?
Yeah, I mean, as the CEO of Antifa, stuff like this is very bothersome to me. Our organization is getting a bad rap, and thanks to Rand Paul, we are being sued. So that's concerning. But you do see so much alt-right violence. I live in Harrisburg, PA. They go to our Capitol steps all the time with their pro-gun rallies. And I'll be damned if the cops don't go up and pat them on the back. We've all seen it a million times. They will face us always and turn their backs to the alt-right, always. But, you are absolutely right that we're doing a lot of talking. When the protests first started, you saw, places where they would give some breadcrumbs. Okay, well, we'll do this and we'll, but what has happened lately? Nothing, just more unrest. So it's worrisome and it's scary for people who are activists and still go out there. But we have to, I don't know if we need stronger demands. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that this is a lot of unrest and not a lot of tangibles.
Well, and there's another clip I was on the next slide that is related to this. And I think, honestly, the four of us are doing more to stop this than a lot of things because we are working on bringing truth to media. And this clip is about some of the bullshit that is happening in the media. And that's why we haven't moved past enough where we should be. I think, Lynn, and we're just not getting anywhere because the rhetoric, the shit pile is so thick, man. My boots don't go up that high.
We can't even agree on the truth, even when it's in a video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and that's intentional. In 1980, the head of the CIA said the completion, the takeover of America will be complete when no American believes anything. So here we are.
We're merging. We're ending, getting to that point. But this clip is what they've been showing in the news as what's happening and this isn't even from our continent. This is from Australia.
Well, they're really bad.
It's a long clip. You don't have to play it all. But I thought it was worth putting some in there.
Oh, such joyful music.
We can talk over it too. But yeah, I mean, they're circulating these photos. These are from Australia, I believe. saying
Sky
what
News.
was happening in Seattle.
What are they showing? Cops getting beat up?
Yeah, the poor
the
Seattle
violence and how many of them are on PTSD leave, and
It's a career. You made a choice.
to be in the military, to go into law enforcement after. These people are not in the United States. These are from other continents, but they're being shown in our media over and over again and propagandized as what's happening on the streets of Portland and Seattle. And for any of us who've been in Portland and Seattle, it's not that bad. It's not, what's bad is homeless camps being raided. What's bad is the police continuing to beat innocent people in front of crowds and get away with it. And that's what continues to happen.
So Trump would say that these are upstanding Americans, right? Even though they're not from this country.
Yeah.
So they're just playing that clip over and over again, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
This is like the police officer they showed that got a black eye and a bloody nose a couple of weeks ago, right? And
that did a half-hour interview on King 5 and how traumatized he was.
He was crying. Yeah, he was crying. Yeah. We don't want to. Yeah, absolutely. Antifa. Once again, Melissa was asking. Antifa is not an organization. I think there's some satire and some in there, but no. Antifa. Definition of Antifa, Amber?
Definitely. Let me pull that up. I'm not going to misspeak any
It
of
means
this, but
anti-fascist.
Yes, I keep saying it everywhere when I see people talking about this group.
This group. No, it's just people.
Your grandparents were Antifa.
Yeah. So if I'm against fascism, I'm Antifa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's as simple as it is. I'm against. I think we all are, right?
Yeah. I mean, this was Mussolini. This was original fascism from the very beginning, and it's not an organization, except for Joy when she decides to be CEO. I fully support that.
I'm sorry, my TPS reports are going to be fake.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You're in trouble now. Watch out, you're going to be droned.
She's already on every watch list in the country.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Well, anyway, no, I think that's great. We lost Lynn for a second. We are. Let me see what we got here.
Yeah, you set it up. I was just going to say, a friend of mine posted. Pushing the rhetoric is actually terribly dangerous because we are all Antifa out there. It is the nature of the work. After all, anything that's alt-right isn't being labeled violent because it's some overwhelmingly powerful, reckless organization, even if it's not centralized. They're doing it because it's a label so immensely broad that it can be slapped onto anyone protesting. So it becomes easier to blur the lines and abuse over time.
Yeah.
All black clothing, they arrest you. The other people who've been causing property damage is what they are moving towards the dial towards. And we are actually, the talk about targeting people in black clothing indiscriminately at protest is on their scanners.
Even Trump, did you hear his rhetoric where he said that they're moving them from Portland into Wisconsin via planes, all in their black uniforms? And then they, I follow a lot of right wing just to see what they're saying. And they actually went to Portland, filmed a homeless camp, and tried to say that was Antifa's headquarters. And that's where they're staying. And that's why they can be out on the protests all the time, because they're being housed by Soros right there in the middle of town.
And people believe this, and I'm not. I will be the last person to defend George Soros for much of what he's done.
Right, exactly.
But this is total bullshit.
Yeah.
Anytime you see this, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Right. I've been on the front lines.
Not a new technique.
I've seen Soros's money, and it isn't a myth. It does happen. There is groups that are funded by Soros, and you do encounter them as a activist, as a protester. But this is not what's happening. No, there's no mass payout. People aren't getting checks, and I'm a full-time Antifa rioter. That's not what's happening in this country.
So,
and people literally think that's what's happening.
They do.
That this isn't organic. That it's not from the depths of despair and wanting to protect people. Yeah. But
do they really think that? Do they really think that?
They do.
Do they even think? They just listen to whatever the media and Trump tells them.
And this is what they show them. They show them burning dumpsters, and they show this
That they lit on fire.
Like 9/11. If you burn that into the vision long enough, people don't see anything else.
Fear.
It's complete media propaganda. And so that's, we as doing, women doing independent media and bringing different narratives out to people, that is the change, having these hard conversations. And so I just, thank you, all of you. But, anytime you see somebody, you even use the word Antifa as, if there is not sarcasm immediately find behind it, please correct them.
Yeah.
One
No,
thing I will. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I'll never forget is after Heather Heyer, but we all know what happened. And I saw an article, and it just came up on my Facebook memories, that said she died in a car accident.
What?
That was the title. One dead, Charlotte protests, car accident.
Murdered with a deadly weapon was more like it.
And I'm like, this is media. This is what people are, there's so much cognitive dissonance, and there's so much, it's willful ignorance in so many ways. It's quite disgusting.
Yeah, they had another run in New York where a car rammed into some people last night, I believe, and same thing.
Well, and like in Seattle, it was an undercover police officer.
Yeah, go figure.
Getting paid.
Getting paid. Whatever happened with that dude? Is he?
It was a woman, wasn't it?
No,
There was a woman involved, yeah.
that was Summer Taylor, on the freeway.
Yeah. There was
This
two
was
of them, right?
actually on Capitol Hill a few days later. It was happening over and over again. I mean, there's such like instances and instances of it happening over and over again, and they all have police involvement.
Yeah.
This is not organic. So I mean, go read the Smith-Mundt Act.
Yeah.
People, you've got to realize people are getting it hit so hard, and they're so willing to want to get back to somewhere.
Osama says he knew Heather Heyer, and Melissa asks what happened to the guy who killed Heather Heyer. She can't remember.
He got arrested. I don't know if they've tried him yet.
He is still in prison. I'm not sure the update on, how long or what have you. I don't think there's been any kind of updates as of late. I'm gonna just look it up real quick while we're on.
Lynn, do you want to chime in on this one too? With the keep rotating the poor police who are getting the shit knocked out of them by all these unarmed protesters.
Well, I mean, we know that media is funded by corporate entities, so they're going to portray the industries and the stories they want to portray. I know even when I'm working with clients in the nonprofit world, if we're trying to speak against something for a special interest story or just a human rights issue, you've got to go through the red tape of what it's going to look like for their sponsors and their owners. And so if that's just the bare minimum that we're looking at as community members trying to engage with telling our stories, imagine when you have power like a police union behind you to be able to spin.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
So Melissa H says that he was found guilty at the end of last year, but I don't know what his sentence is.
It says sentenced to life in prison plus 419 years. So he ain't getting out.
Good.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
I wish they'd put that up more readily, as far as this is what happens when you pull this shit.
So what happens now? The government makes $60,000 a year off of housing him in a private prison, and he gets to join the Aryan Nation and hang out with his friends?
Yep.
Plan from the inside.
Yep. Exactly. They just go in and work on the inside. It's inside out strategy by the crazy fascist fuckers that are killing our country. So moving right along, poverty is our responsibility. Now, I got the hell chewed out of my butt for using this clip yesterday.
I did chew your ass about this, but it is a heartbreaking clip.
Yeah, and I deservedly so. But, this is the Canadian again, so the pretty boy. So let's see what he's got to say. I happen to agree with him.
At this apartment, the tenant is an elderly woman who can no longer afford the rent.
Thanks largely to Trump's mishandling of the coronavirus pandemic, more and more Americans are being hit with evictions. Now, CNN did a great piece on this. I want to share this segment with you, and then I'll dive a little more into the details and also explain a piece of news that came out recently about Trump putting a moratorium on evictions, except it's not exactly what it seems. First, here's the CNN piece.
Constable, need to come to the door.
From one Houston home to the next.
Hello, Constable.
Deputy Benny Gant with the Harris County Constable's Office executes judge's orders to evict.
Hello, Constable.
We ain't got nowhere to go.
Israel Rodriguez is a tenant at this apartment, but he's not alone. 20-month-old Israel, his brother, 4-year-old Fabian, and their mother are some of the estimated 40 million Americans facing eviction in the downward spiral of the COVID economy.
They didn't rush us, but they were like, get everything you need.
Rodriguez admits he hasn't been paying rent, behind thousands of dollars.
It's my fault in the eviction. It was a lot going on during the corona. When it hit, I lost my job. So it took me like a month to get another job. This is my check, but I ain't making it with $300. It's literally $300.
Their stroller now carries their possessions.
It's mainly the kids' clothes because me and her just wear the same clothes almost every day. Make sure we got, toilet paper and a little bit of snacks for the kids.
What are you gonna do with all of your stuff?
That's trash. They can throw it in the trash because we don't have a car, we don't have help, we don't have nobody that can come, help us out right now. Nobody. We got ourselves, me and the kids and her. That's it.
How does you as law enforcement feel about seeing that family have to go?
Oh, it's a tough situation. I've got 6 kids.
He's got 6 kids.
6 children. And,
He has no empathy.
When the kids see the mom and dad in desperate situations, it's tough. That's clear.
Deputy Gant, an officer for 35 years, is just starting his day. 8 evictions are on his list.
A co-defendant is here, 2 of them.
At each stop, people behind on rent are ordered to leave. Possessions pulled out.
Where are you guys gonna go now?
We gotta go to a hotel.
You can go to a hotel.
As Deputy Gant works through his list, we get word that 200 eviction orders have come through the Harris County courts for this week. That's double what they normally saw for an entire month before COVID.
200 on Monday. What does that?
Well, that's a lot, yeah.
What does that say to you?
Well, what that means is that they're ready to start having people removed from properties.
It is a backlog.
No
it's
empathy.
also just one precinct in one of America's hardest hit cities in evictions. The job takes its toll.
I don't really want to put her out here, but I have to.
But I will.
Under this judge's order.
At this apartment, the tenant is an elderly
Watch
woman
this one.
who can no longer afford the rent.
It's only because of camera crews there.
The landlord's mover, Francisco Munoz, works, though he doesn't want to.
I have a family, I have a sister, I have my mom, and we never know. Maybe today is her, tomorrow's me,
Midway through the eviction, Deputy Gant decides it's too dangerous to evict her in the Houston summer heat.
I'm not going to put her out here in this heat.
And will call social services instead.
You're going to stay today, but tomorrow you're leaving.
A one-day reprieve with an uncertain tomorrow.
You have a situation where people aren't working, they don't have the money, and they're desperate.
All right.
You're a dick, Oz.
This pissed
It
me
is
off so
completely-
bad because if CNN is airing this, there's a
It
freaking
is
reason,
stunning
right?
what we allow
And the Democrats could
society.
have not gone on vacation.
Yeah,
I don't think that cop had any empathy.
No, hell no. He's just.
You know what bothers me most is how media portrays like people when they have like, just the stereotypes. But then this is what they try to like soften the blow on. Like, this is awful. I am not concerned about like property crimes and all that as a result of homelessness as much as I am the fact that they are putting people out for absolutely no reason except for people to make more money.
Exactly. Exactly. This is, and I do apologize. Amber's wiping the tears away, and in my privileged way, I'm crying big time. I'm just counting my blessings,
That
but
was,
that
like,
doesn't
hard to
do
watch.
that doesn't do anything for anybody else. But let's put this more into context here from the Canadians' point of view, and I agree with them here too. I mean, this is what you guys. I hope all
Somebody
of you,
gets a UBI.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Let's see.
Think how much wealth people at the top of society have. And really, it's hard to even think about it. Most people truly don't grasp how much $1 million is, let alone $1 billion, let alone hundreds of billions of dollars. We allow that kind of wealth to amass while this is going on. While an elderly lady is being evicted from her home. And you see here, this isn't an issue with even just jobs. That one guy at the beginning, he got another job. The problem is wages. These jobs don't pay enough. So even with the job, he's being evicted. His family's being evicted. And we allow this to go on. We think this is normal.
He's one of the lucky
The media
ones.
calls Bernie Sanders a radical, AOC a radical, for wanting a wealth tax, for wanting wages to be raised, for wanting workers to have a voice on corporate boards. That's radical. As mentioned here in that piece, 30 to 40 million people in America could be evicted from their homes by the end of 2020. While America's billionaires added 282 billion. Oh wait, sorry, this is the first 23 days. Added 434 billion.
Oh wait.
During the pandemic.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, sorry, this is May. Here you go. 637 billion. Richer during the pandemic. And this is a month ago, so there's probably an update to this. This is what we allow. While families, elderly people get evicted. Completely insane.
This shit's got to stop. It has to stop. And
While they're on vacation.
It's got to stop. While Nancy's getting her wash and blow or whatever it is, this is happening. Little old ladies, poor Pam. How I have been close to this point, never to that point in my life when I was younger. I dumpster dived for one summer so I could eat.
I've been there.
So, but this is nothing compared to these people. I was single. These people have families. They've got moms and dads. They're getting shoved out in the street in the heat. This is horse shit. While Lex Luthor and the rest of them are making $637 billion in one quarter, we're allowing this to happen. If I was that rich, I couldn't. You have to have brain damage to be that rich and not do something about this. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I know. I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure. Ladies, Joy, you have what you're feeling on
They don't see it. They don't care. It doesn't happen in their gated community.
Yep.
I think, I'm going to get emotional. I'm trying not to, but the thing that's
Joy, no
probably
way.
most abhorrent about all of this is that these people are not being negligent. They literally don't have the money. They don't have it. It's not like they have it and they're being like, fuck you, I don't want to pay rent. They literally don't have it. How can we expect to create something out of a negative? How? And you got fucking, not to blame everything on electorally, but you got fucking Biden sitting there and he can't even say the fucking words, to halt rent. You got Trump. Do I think he'll do it? Fuck no. But at least he actually says we need to halt rent. Maybe, alt-right landlords will say, oh, okay. I mean, Biden really, you can't even say to stop this shit. It's just fucking disgusting.
Are we done with this?
It's we can't blame this all on electoral politics, but no, I got a few thoughts on this. I guess we can move on because it's just reiterating what we're all saying.
I know. We're We're just dying here.
I honestly do think we need to take our new focus on some social actions at courthouses, on eviction courts.
I do too.
On these fucking judges.
Yep.
These people need to stop this. This whole system needs to,
because they're just as complacent.
Well, I'm taking it to the Democrats, the Democratic Party, too, because they're sitting here. Biden went down to Kenosha and did a fucking photo op for Jacob Brooks' family. I mean, right, do that, too, but speak on these damn issues. We got to stop this shit. So, speaking of...
Not put more money into the police to kick more people out of their homes, to put more people on the streets so they continue doing sweeps.
Feed the beast, feed the beast, keep feed me, feed me, feed me. Here's an idea.
Yeah, so they can raid their shelters and take whatever they have.
Well, yeah, or throw it in the garbage or whatever. You know, humanity is recyclable according to the oligarchs. Here is an idea from Kyle Kulinski. Maybe you guys agree. I agree.
You know, you want to quell the unrest? Is that what you want to do? Immediately do comprehensive police reform, free every nonviolent drug offender, legalize recreational marijuana, and start fixing the economy for regular people. I'm telling you, if you do stuff like that, yes, you'll start seeing these uprisings dwindle. But if you don't do that, it's only going to lead to more and more unrest, and it ain't going to stop. And it doesn't matter how much you want to blame it on George Soros or Antifa Airlines, it ain't going to go away.
Yeah, I think Medicare for all would be probably top on that list as well, because once you get that, that takes so much pressure off the entire country. And it...
When you don't have a home, healthcare becomes a privilege.
Yeah, and if
it's like the environment becomes a privilege.
Yeah, you know, I got to say the other day when you had so many people were telling me that day, because I was like, I can't afford to get my teeth cleaned. They're like, oh, you can get a dental plan for like $200 a month. If I had $200 an extra a month, I would fix the roof in my house. I would fix the brakes in my car. Affordability, access, yet again, is the problem. What's affordable for one person is not affordable for another. We have to quit using that word affordable.
Yeah, affordable is just total bullshit. And in all fairness to that person, that dental plan maybe covers 50% of the dental bill, which is already astronomical. So that $200 would be best spent probably putting food in your mouth, maybe. Here's keeping your fingers crossed.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah. It's I don't know. We're screwed. Now, here's something that made my eyebrows raise, but not in surprise. You know, they're talking about this this group for the election metric on election night. Now, let's listen to this, and I can see this happening. We have already talked about this week, as a matter of fact.
In what they say here. I really hope that they're wrong, but I just want to give you what is a potential, if not likely, scenario on Election Day and the week after. Buckle up for this, man. Watch.
A mirage, by definition, is something that appears to be there, but that doesn't really exist. And you have a model scenario called the red mirage. What does that mean?
The reason we talk about a red mirage is, in fact, because we believe that on election night, we are going to see Donald Trump in a stronger position than the reality actually is. We are sounding an alarm and saying that this is a very real possibility, that the data is going to show on election night an incredible victory for Donald Trump. That is likely to be what we see when every legitimate vote is tallied and we get to that final day, which will be someday after election day. It will, in fact, show that what happened on election night was exactly that, a mirage. It looked like Donald Trump was in the lead, and he fundamentally was not when every ballot gets counted.
You have a result on election night where it appears that Donald Trump has won, but a result after ballots are counted that show that Joe Biden has actually won.
That's right.
Let's get an obvious question out of the way first. Hawkfish is a company that's started by Michael Bloomberg, that does work for the DNC, that's doing work for pro-Biden super PACs. If I'm a Republican voter, an independent voter, a skeptical Democrat, why should I listen to you?
One of the things that we believe is that facts matter. It's not about disinformation or misinformation or using fear as a tactic. There are objective truths in this world today.
And how do you build your modeling? How are you basing your projections?
We essentially built a simulator where it's a sequence of sliders, and you just pull those sliders to start seeing what the scenarios will show you. What's it going to look like on election night? What's it going to look like the day after, and the day after that, and the day after that? In most every year, Democrats are more likely to vote by mail than Republicans, and that has only increased this cycle. We see in the data that twice as many voters intend to cast a ballot by mail than have ever before. They are disproportionately Joe Biden supporters. Because there are absolutely some ballots that were mailed in that get counted sooner because folks were proactive and got it in as soon as they possibly could, or dropped it off, or showed up to a polling station where early votes allowed. But it's going to take a while. It might be weeks. Because absentee ballots inevitably are harder and slower to count. We are going to find ourselves that when you have those prototypical cable news talking head moments of saying, well, you know, here's what we're seeing and this is what it looks like, it's going to show Donald Trump in the lead in a lot of key places on election night when in-person reporting has occurred.
What about California or New York?
California,
a huge
California
blue
is blue, New York
Okay.
is blue, right? Some of the but Virginia is a really good example of a
Okay.
state that should be blue that turns out red.
Deep state
in this.
propaganda?
On election night.
Okay.
So a state like Pennsylvania, Florida, it's in play by just a couple points. And that's what tips it in one direction or another. If you were to essentially average battleground state polling, Joe Biden appears to be ahead by about 8%. And so if you have a number of ballot challenges in a state like that, as big as it is, as large as the population is, as diverse as the population is, it can make a really big difference over those next 10 days. And so when you start accounting for that in your modeling, you see that 8% lead kind of whittle down a little bit more, a little bit more. We might have the results saying something on the evening of November 3rd that it will not say the evening of November 10th.
What difference does it make if the results seem to show something on one night and then several days later the results show something else? Won't the facts just bear themselves out?
I think that's the America we all wish we probably lived in.
Yeah.
We've got the Trump team who's quite intelligent and sees what's coming. And so we have the president messaging through tweets.
This is almost
like he said
done.
at his rallies and his speeches. This notion of any change from that result on election night, he is signaling they will say means fraud has entered the equation.
Like Hillary?
Wow. I really hope that what they're describing there does not happen. I really, really, really hope that that doesn't happen.
Lynn, we've already weighed in on this several times for the last 2 weeks. What do you got to say? And then we'll go to Joy.
Man.
Can I just say, I think this is propaganda.
Well, yeah. Go for it, Lynn.
Go ahead,
I'm just not even looking forward to election night. Like, it's just going to be a shit show either way. I think that's just what we have to look forward to, and we should just adjust to that. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and our options are, I mean, I don't think anyone's just running, hopping, skipping with joy about our options. So we are here, and that's where we're at, and it's going to be some fuckery.
Yeah, it's going to be some fuckery. And now let's skip over to Joy.
Y'all know. Okay, so first of all, I think it's presumptuous as fuck for the people who are trending things like Harris Biden landslide. You are in for a rude ass awakening because he has no movement.
Yep.
Trump is racist garbage. His people are dumpster fires, but he has a movement. Those people will ride or die. They will vote for him in droves. I volunteered for 5 weeks in Iowa for Bernie, and Trump was the only one on the ballot, and I'll be damned if thousands of them didn't show up anyway. He has a movement. One Dem candidate out of 20-something had a movement, and y'all fucked him over again.
Yep.
So people are going to have a rude awakening. I absolutely believe Trump will win again. And I digress a bit, but I saw this article yesterday and I screenshotted it. It says, Biden aides have nicknamed the group of Dems who worry constantly about a tightening race bedwetters and have labeled actions to satisfy them Operation Rubber Sheets.
Rubber sheets.
Rubber
with their
sheets.
beds.
Rubber sheets. I think I had plastic under mine. I wet the bed till I was 6.
That's the kind of sanctimonious bullshit.
TMI. When are we going to admit? When are we going to admit we have no election integrity in this country? And the fact that the president went and told people to not only vote once, but to vote fucking twice. Oh, I want you to vote by mail and I want you to go cast your vote at the ballot. And they're not going to be able to prove anything because there is no election integrity. Why? Because we have no election integrity. So there's always going to be a question about this election, regardless of what the results are going to be.
Amber, you're being awful quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a million times. I don't think Biden has a chance in hell of winning, especially right now.
Oh boy.
I mean,
ouch.
Just everybody out in chat, everybody watching, just do me a favor this weekend. Find some Trump fans, take some photos, take some video of the flags that you see out boating or camping, or there's no way we're even going to touch that. Bernie was the only one who could get close to that. We've known that since last October, almost 12 months now. Yep. And the establishment shut that shit down in a heartbeat. And
Thanks,
now we're
Obama.
left with the second worst option. And they're trying to build support. They're calling and begging people to phone bank, begging people to get out and do anything. And you know what? Nobody. I have never met one Biden volunteer. Not once. In 2 years of campaigning, nothing.
They're too sanctimonious to freaking campaign. They feel like, they don't need to make phone calls and stuff like that. I had a DNC person call my house and try to pimp Biden to me. And that poor guy probably quit that day.
Good job.
I was like, okay, well, sell me on him without saying Trump. Well, he's going to restore honesty and to the White House. Okay, you want me to list all his lies right now? Okay, this. And then he was like, well, the problem is Trump is I told you, don't mention Trump. I told you. And then I was like, he told me not to vote for him a million times because I want to stop fracking. I believe Tara Reid. He keeps telling me not to vote for him. So, okay. And then he's like, Miss Joy, and I was like, I kept him on for over 5 minutes. It must have felt like an hour to him. And I almost felt bad. But then at the end, I was like, are you volunteer or paid? And he said, I'm paid. And I said, that's because he has no volunteers. We had over 1 million volunteers.
Yep.
Even in other countries.
Yeah, I would be surprised
That's
I'd be surprised if he had more than 50,000 across the entire country. That would shock me. Because I have, like Amber said, I've been getting emails. They've literally been begging me to work for the Biden campaign. I'm a PCO up here, and I am too. I'm hanging out. I mean, I
can tell you what my focus is, though.
Go for it.
My focus is getting candidates elected in my district where I can create change and good. So focusing on Jesse Johnson, Jamila Taylor, Deborah Intiman, Tawana Nobles, Marilyn Strickland. I mean, there's a lot of people that I'm focused on, but it's definitely not on a national level because there's no way I'm gonna ever be able to reach out and touch Biden or Kamala and hold them accountable.
Yep.
But I will be able to see, like in my district, like Claire Wilson. And I want to elect people that do that show up to meetings, that take freaking meetings with their constituents. Like, I just feel like if our culture was different, if the voice of the people was amplified and we had people like that, if you keep hearing the same thing over and over, right? Traditionally, they hear just from lobbyists because we're all too freaking busy. That's the one thing the pandemic has given us time. Like, so let's flood their inboxes, share your ideas. Like, no idea is too stupid. Well, that might be overwhelming, but send your best. And like, let's just get into it, because we have to stop acting that civic engagement is not a requirement. Like, we are paying into this system. We are a part of this system. It affects you. Like, this whole rhetoric of politics, it makes my ass itch, you guys.
No, not the itchy ass.
There you go. I get you with that. And close this one out. And to your point, Lynn, how are you going to get out there and vote for nothing will fundamentally change when you've got all these down ballot races that need us to really make the change that the top race is not even offering? So this is Amber. What is this? Wipey Award Day. What did you give here?
Yeah. Well, and I thought this was kind of telling. This is Miss Whitney Webb, and this is a group of bipartisan DC insiders that have been simulating multiple catastrophic scenarios for the 2020 election. They have big plans after Election Day if Trump is, and I firmly believe when he is reelected. Great article. I love Whitney Webb. Just killing it out there.
Yeah, that is. And you're in my head, too. I've got two women in my brain, and I'm not even married to either one of you. So something's going on. I had this one in my stack to give the Wipey Award to today, but you beat me to it. Thank you. Appreciate that. I want to make a special call out here to the Cheese Man.
Yes.
Cheese Man. Thank you, Cheese Man. Cheese Man, appreciate you all. Let's change the way we live, change the way we eat, and change the way we treat each other. 2-pack uphill all the way. Much love and peace to you all. And I'm going to give you a shout out too. I had a clip for today.
That's Tupac.
Tupac.
Yeah,
we got
Tupac.
we got to fix that.
Props to Tupac.
Tupac. Tupac. I had a clip today from Chris Hedges, and I think I'm going to save it for Beauty and the Boomer tomorrow night. But Chris Hedges is talking about how he cited fossil fuels and the animal agriculture entities out there are the two biggest threats to our global climate crisis at this point. And I've got to agree. Animal agriculture is huge. So thank you, Cheese Man, for that. Appreciate that. And we do appreciate your support across the board. If you can get us on Patreon, we all have Patreons now. And Super Chats are definitely welcome just to keep the ball rolling. And I'm going to skip through. This was Chris Hedges. I'm saving that for tomorrow. And that's
save all mine too, because mine are all deep and long, so we can use them for tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. And then I did want to, Anthony Rendon. You guys remember Anthony Rendon? He's the one that basically wiped out California's attempt. He's the House Assembly speaker. Attempt to have a universal single payer healthcare system set up in California, if I'm not correct, but he's at
nice fucking guy.
He's at it again, and let me see if I can get this thing to load here a little bit. Let me try it. I just want to try it. Is it gonna work? No, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work. Well, we'll skip that. But he's Democrat establishment public enemy number one in California, as far as like Richie Neal destroying us across the board. I did like this tweet. This is from Obama is an imperialist psychopath. And I'm throwing this out there to you, all the ladies in here that we've talked about this. Progressives, I thought corporate money was the litmus test. Why are you still celebrating Ed Markey? So, yeah, I know, but Kennedy, not so much. But Markey, don't glorify this guy. Mr. Telecommunications Act, he basically destroyed us as where we're at today. So he was the architect of that.
Did he not vote for the Iraq War?
Yeah, he did vote for the Iraq War. Yes, he did. That is
He
completely.
takes a shit ton of corporate money.
Yeah, he is a big recipient of corporate money, and I know he got out there for the Green New Deal and everything else. But
And then he endorsed
Pander.
Elizabeth Warren, and I don't care if they're in the same state. I don't give a shit.
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Let me get everybody back in their box.
We're bouncing.
Okay, you're
I like
bouncing.
it. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not a Markey fan, and time will tell. But we've already had a career of him, so once again, this is it. Are we saving Bill Benny? Is that what?
Yeah,
we're
let's
saying?
save Bill Benny. I
Okay.
can't stay in the room. I keep getting booted, so let's save it for tonight.
Yeah, but you look.
Bill Benny's bathroom. I can't wait.
Yeah. So that's for tonight on the Accidental Activist.
I have to come back.
And yeah, please. Oh, please do. We love it. Let me see. We got Chanda back for a minute.
We can barely hear you, Oz.
And we might have Chanda back. We might have Chanda back,
got her back.
real strong tonight if things work out. Wish us luck today. We definitely made some progress on Shanda's systems, her setup. She's
We just put a new power source in it, and it won't power up. So
Yeah.
moving to Plan C.
Oh, so we haven't actually tried the new power supply yet, right? So she's glitching out,
No,
but
we
we're
have.
we're almost there. We're almost there. So anything, any announcements? Joy, you want to announce your show again?
So tomorrow night, 6 p.m. West Coast, huge event that my co-author and I have been planning. So we have live acts from Ron Placone, Graham Elwood, multi-platinum band Eve Six, and Katie Jane Earl of the Mowgli's. Just tons of people, Mike Figueredo from Humanist Report, Jordan Chardon, pretty much like, progressive wet dream, if you will. So we're going to have 2 hours of comedy and music. Nothing sad, nothing, too heavy. It is going to be an escape from all the sadness going on, just to have a reprieve. And it is to celebrate the publishing of our parody resistance book with characters like Nancy Pagosi, Alyssa Shalano, Joyanne Greed, Nira Tantrum, all your faves. So yeah, and if you want to check out our book or the entire guest list, it's savageandpat.com.
Cool. Lynn, do you want to plug your show?
Definitely, of course. As always, we've got Thursday Thoughts over on Facebook at FW Black Collective. Also, just a cool random update. If you are a small business owner in South King County, next week on our website, we will be launching our technical assistance program in partnership with the Department of Commerce. So super excited to start helping small businesses pivot and get assistance during these crucial times and living that out. So let us know via our website. You can sign up. We'll get you connected. And thanks for having me, guys. As always, can't wait till the next time I can come back.
Oh, you can come back anytime. Just let me know. Try and let me know the night before, and that would be wonderful.
Anytime you want to be on.
Anytime.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we prefer the ladies in here because Oz trying to change his hair out is getting problematic. Amber, you want to plug your show, and then we'll finish up with Chanda.
Yeah, I'm working on a new Brave New Future for the following Friday. Just wish me luck and lots of tequila as I get my kids ready for homeschool, mom school, whatever the hell this is. Online school. I'm still just trying to get them up before 2 p.m. Crazy summer, man. Woo.
Yeah,
Let's go out with a bang.
Trick or treat every day. Yeah.
Get out there and help somebody today, you guys.
Yeah.
Or start making room for tiny homes. Everybody should be calling their permit offices. If you own land, if you know somebody with land, start calling the permit offices. Find out which areas in your state you can protect and help with tiny homes, help with pushing regulations, like we are going to need everything as this hits the fan. It's going to be an ugly fall. Let's get prepared. Let's stay connected, keep talking about it, and bring in the media.
Yeah, definitely. Joy, we have a shout out from Melissa H. Uphill Media. Joy.
Melissa, I swear I emailed your bookshop. I found it online and I emailed you. We would absolutely be honored to have our book in your Vermont bookstore. That would be incredible. If you want to message me, like actually PM me on Twitter, that's great. But I absolutely emailed you. I promise. But yeah, hit me up.
That sounds good. Sounds good. We got the advertisement out of Amber's face. Now we're gonna try.
I love giving you shit about your malware bites.
Yeah, I know. It's I bite. Let's get Chanda back in here so she can talk about you got glitch time. Go for it, Chanda. Are you there? Are you frozen? Okay.
She's there.
She's there. Okay.
I'm here, but I don't. My internet's bad. I don't know. Can you guys?
Yep, we hear you. Yep. And she froze again.
Okay. Accidental activists tonight. Georgia Guidestones. Woo! What are they? We're gonna look into them. Join me.
All right. Beauty and the Boomer tomorrow night with Chanda and that old guy. Okay. We are going to go out today. I'm going to try something different, but we want to leave with this thought, the guillotine. I think that many components of the show call for the guillotine, at least in messaging. So, again, it's just stay hopeful. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lynn, Amber, Joy, and Chanda. And we're going to go out of here. I've got to get it turned around a little bit, so give me a second and we'll get going. But I'll just leave you with a guillotine so you can think about it. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
About it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming on.